Hey boys, Panzer 3 here. So I'm finally gonna be recording the part 2 of this showcase, as you can see. And let me just fix these real quick. Please hold. Well, actually, I should keep that one on. Alright. Anyways, I'm gonna be doing the part 2 of this here build showcase. And yeah, just hope you guys enjoy. First of all, let me just try and get past this guy real quick. There's a spawn camper, and yeah, let's just see if we can get past him. And unfortunately, we did not get past him scot-free. But since he's here, okay, well, might as well use one of my other builds. Okay, so I can use my Halftrack or even my heavy bomber. But, well, for people like these, I suppose they deserve the nuclear option. Forgive me guys, but I do indeed have a shredder. I mostly use it to fight against other fire, which of course would be other shredders. So don't worry, I'm not usually a spawn camper. Unless if they are like also a spawn camper, then I use them. But besides that, I don't really use this much, so don't worry guys. Let me just torment him a little bit. Okay, he despawned it. I win! I'm probably gonna get cancelled for using a shredder now. Anyways, let us continue. Please don't spawn camp, and... okay, we can finally take off. Alright. So, this is my B5 Hellcat. As you can see... well, I actually started this... I started showcasing this one, like, during part 1. But I just want to do a quick torpedo run since I didn't do that last time. And yeah. Alright. As you can see, it's now the winter map. Everything has been winterized. If that's even a word. See, I launched the torpedo. It's heading towards the ice. And it detonated early. Wonderful. I think I was going a bit too fast for its liking. So anyways, back to the torpedo bomber itself. It has explodable wings for that roleplay aspect, and explodable tail. It didn't really do much that time, and explodable everything, as usual. So up next, we got my A6M0. So yeah, as you can see, it's a bit chunky. I have a little ladder here just to get up on the wing. So this is actually what I based the B5N Kate off of. I just, for the Kate build, I just extended the wings, extended the fuselage, and just extended the cockpit. And then I added the torpedo instead of the drop tank. But let's take this for a spin anyways. So most of my builds are actually quite slow compared to other players, especially when considering jet fighters, because up until around my ME262 build, which I might be able to show later, I have just been using super rocket engines for thrust rather than hover thrust engines, combined with the unpowered motors. And that's why, like, even though I have a bunch of these not hover engines, super rocket engines just crammed into the fuselage, it's still only going like 300 or so studs an hour, or studs a second, I don't know. But you guys get the idea. So as you can see, also explodable wings, and then explodable tail. We got smoke, and then boom. Very basic. You just get a little nice spinning there. Very nice. And yeah. Also, the drop tank can detach if I press the B button, which is right here. So this, along with the Kate, are around several months old now. So they're one of my older builds at this point. I actually have made, as of recording this, I have made one or two new builds, which is the Sherman and the Dauntless. So I'll be able to show those off later. At least the Sherman, hopefully. Alright, so next, I think this was just something I made while I was bored, if I remember right. It's a little old now. But it's my quote-unquote mini Starfighter. So, I had nothing else to do, and I just wanted to build something like Star Wars-like. So I made this, and then I painted it into the colors of the Ustio Roundel. Because Belka did nothing wrong, I guess. See, I have the little hover thrusters. Pretty standard. To me, it's like essentially a hover thruster version of a starter plane, I guess you can say. It's just open cockpit. I spammed a bunch of rockets. Well, only 4 rockets, but I spammed a bunch of machine gun blocks for sure. So, yeah. I've barely used this so far, though. But besides that, it's alright. Alright, so on to the next one. We have my jet fighter. I'm currently in the process of redoing this one, though. So, right now, this will, well, after maybe a few days, or even tomorrow, as of the time of recording this, I'm gonna, like, completely delete this jet, because it's pretty unstable, even past, like, 500, studs a second. So I'm just gonna scrap this entirely, because I wanted to make a dogfighter jet. I want to make a fighter jet, like actual fighter jet. But this turned into more or less of an attack aircraft, and I can't afford having to go like below a few hundred blocks, because I really want to just use hover drive on it now, and actually be able to fight other players who are also in jets. And yeah. This mostly just goes well against other, well, not other, but it goes well against ground vehicles. Anything like that's air related, I usually lose in terms of dogfights. So yeah. All right, next build. So up next, I have my Halftrack. Pretty standard build. It's kind of an old build as well, actually. So if I press the F key, it opens the little hatches here, the viewports, and I can close the doors. So I tried to make this to player scale somewhat, although it came at the cost of no suspension, because this was made before I actually started using suspension, which is also several months ago, around the same time I made my jet, or a few days later. So it can seat up to 8 players, or well, technically it can fit the entire server, but I usually don't have people hitching rides in here unless I'm doing roleplay. So in reality, the other sheets aren't really needed. And I'm planning to actually redo this one entirely just like the jet fighter, except I'm just gonna probably upscale it. I'm gonna structure it somewhat like my tanks, where I might use custom wheels with just using like cylinders and stuff. and also somehow improve the turning radius. But I'll just see how I'll do it when I get there. So it only has one machine gun block, very lightly armed, and yeah. Alright, next build. Up next, this is a fun one. So, later on I'll show you guys my heavy bomber, which is what this monstrosity of like a whale looking thing is. It's a fictional bomber I made up. I tried to make it after like a Heinkel 111, except with, of course, 4 engines, as you can see. So it's kind of like it's like the Heinkel 264 or the Messerschmitt 264. You get the idea. What the heck is happening? Alright. Anyways. But, yeah. So it has a turret up here, turret down here. Got a nose gunner. And we have a rear gunner, along with 2... I don't know if these would be considered waist gunners, because they're like right above the wings. But, yeah, waist gunners. And I took out the bomb load and replaced it with an Oka. Or at least a modified version of one. I had trouble using my like the regular Oka design, so I just had to settle for like, yeah, this. So I placed the rudders like right next to the rocket engines. Forgive me. But yeah, both the bomber and the Oka, they actually work quite well together. So I'm pretty happy with it. I just have to hope that it doesn't crash into the water, or else it'll just cause so much lag on my computer. So I control the bomber itself with my keyboard, and then my Oka is a mix between my number pad and the mouse. So yeah, turrets are all mouse controlled, and now for the main event, launching the Oka. So this is my aiming camera. I don't really use it that much, to be honest, but yeah. Let's see if we can find a target. Oh, there goes the bomber. It's wonderful. Alright. Okay, I see something in the water. Let's aim carefully now. And there's the lag. Alright, let me try and detonate my bomber, so less lag will happen. Although it may be a bit too late for me. No, wait, there's still some saving. I can save this, I can save this. Okay. So now I just gotta go down and nosedive. I just landed in this guy's pilot seat. Amazing. So yeah, my actual strategy for this is to like to crash land right below or like right beside their craft, and then detonate it. But that was the closest I can get for now because I'm too lazy. Now, up next is one of my main builds, and it's actually been featured on this channel already. It is my Ijan Akagi. Although it's cursed in terms of its scale, it works. And yeah. So I have updated it since the last time I posted. Well, since the first time I showed this off. I fixed the controls on the 0, so it can now partially be controlled by the mouse, while having the ailerons being controlled by the keypad. Well, the number pad. The keyboard. You get what I mean. And yeah, it's a lot smoother now because I also added anchor blocks. I added one anchor block in the back because it took me forever to realize that was what's causing all the lag. But yeah, now it works. Let me just show you my FPS. Unanchored, this is around the usual, And when I go to anchored, it goes all the way to the green, which is a huge step up. And it appears I'm somehow damaged. That's annoying. Well, just to give you guys a better look at the Akagi, because this is one of my main builds. I use this one quite a bit. Let me just redo this. Unanchor there. Go there. Just hook that up. Boop. Alright. Alright, we got this. We got this. I will not mess up my own carrier. Alright, there we go. So let me just go demonstrate the abilities of the carrier first. We have quite a bit of flak. It's not always effective, but when it is effective, it's cool as heck. So yeah, I can control the Zero remotely, and I can also control it from the Zero itself, and also control the carrier remotely if I'm in the Zero. So it's pretty cool. It does not have folding wings though. All it's armed is with 2 machine guns. So as you can see, I actually have working elevators, and I have 2 spots on this carrier for in the hangar deck. So the first spot is here in the middle, and the second spot is up here where these little half wedges are, and those are just to keep the plane in place. And both do work. So let's close this up, and now you can see that the deck is completely clear. And there's a submarine, so I should start worrying. But just for the sake of hopefulness, I'm gonna not shoot, even though this is a PvP server, so I'm just gonna get attacked anyways. But oh well. It does take some trouble to get the Zero out of the hangar sometimes, but it does work in the end. So let's do a quick flight remotely. Where's the Zero camera? There we go. Alright, so that is the end of our Zero flight. Thank you for watching, guys. Okay. Since we've been damaged, now is a good time to show off the lifeboats. So if we run down here, past the elevator, we can go down to this deck. We have just random supplies scattered here, and we have controllable lifeboats. So let's just hop into one of them and release. So I can control both of them remotely, and I can also just control them individually. They're both guarded. They're both guided by the mouse, as you can see. So they just follow wherever the mouse is, and yeah, it's pretty cool. So let's just make our great escape. So I can't go full speed with these without like risking. Yeah, this is why. Because eventually the boats become unstable, and it's quite annoying. So yeah, I just leave it how it is and just go slow, and it makes it more realistic that way. So we are having an epic drag race, as you can see. I'm fast as frick, boy. Alright, looking good, looking good. Almost there. Nice. Almost there. And I win. Nice. And now we're going Tokyo Drift style. Wonderful. And yeah. What's going on, chat? Alright, so let me just spawn it in one more time. Just for that, you know, the possible, yeah. just in case the YouTube video decides to select this as the thumbnail, then woohoo. Take a look at that ship. Alright, so that's enough pandering. I don't know why I just can never talk in videos, it's just weird. But anyways, on to the next one, which is a small build, so I can basically just skip over this if I want to. But this is my mini F-15. I don't have a full scale one, so this is the best you'll get out of me in terms of like small jet fighters for now. So it's just powered by 2 super rocket engines, and I just decided to make it into a soloing Pixie paint scheme because why not? And it only has 1 machine gun block as armament along with 2 rocket launchers. So it actually does work well with most players' carriers, which I'm pretty proud of. Even though this is not a carrier-borne aircraft, it works, and I'm proud of that. So why should I even complain? Yeah, so this is a 1-seater. This is not my original design. I just copied it with consent though, from one of the people that ended up becoming my friends, and I just modified the design somewhat. And yeah, that's it. Next up is a fun one. This is my infantry unit. Specifically, it's meant to be Soviet infantry with T-34 76. I know it's very rough. Sorry. So yeah. By the way, all these infantry are named. So let's just go around looking at them. So here we have Bobby. This is the main one. Everyone likes Bobby. Here we have Pablo. He exists. We have Billy. He's the medic, and he doesn't do anything. We got Greg right here. We got Carlos with the rocket launcher. We have Hans with the flamethrower, even though it's meant to be a Soviet one. Who cares? Here we got George with the PPSH 41. We got Jane Doe. Oh my gosh, wow. The legends are true. Big shocker. Here we got Charlie with the Mosin Nagant, I guess. And we got Tommy with the Mosin Nagant. I mostly just came up with the names like at the top of my head. Also, people were also giving out names while I was building this. So, yeah. So these are just meant to be like sniper versions of the Mosin Nagant. Now, on to the functions. So the T-34, it's just a standard tank build. Nothing that special about it. Why am I lagging? Hang on. Okay, I don't know why I'm lagging. Someone must have like a larger build. It's probably that guy, if anything. All right. So, all of my infantry are guided by the mouse. So they just shoot wherever my mouse is aiming, like this. Makes for decent anti-aircraft battery, and it does go decently well with tanks as well. So, yeah. And there is friendly fire, unfortunately, like this. So fat L. All right, let's just see who just died brutally, might I add. Okay, Bobby's okay. All those rifles just destroyed. And let's go shoot. Yeah, let's go shoot this guy. This PvP. Who cares? I'm a bit too late though. He's far away. But yeah, so I have 3 machine gun blocks total on my T-34, and a rocket launcher, and that's it. Also, I can ammo rack myself. It's just a little roleplay feature I like to add, especially on my tanks. And if I remember, I have that on basically all of them. So whenever you see one of my tank builds, expect to see the turret fly off with black smoke once in a while. Up next is another mini build. This is my mini BF-109. So I do have a regular size 109. I don't remember if I showed that in the last episode, I guess you can say. Okay, no, I did not. So this will be either in this video or the next video on this, because I only have like 30 minutes left or less. But yeah. So I actually made this for one of my friends' Graf Zeppelin builds, as in the German carrier, and yeah, it works pretty well on both, just like by itself, and also on the carrier, especially the carrier though. So it's this is a really basic build, like bare bones, really. You just have the control surfaces. You can't even do a proper movement maneuver in this thing. It just has 2 machine guns and that's it. But yeah, it does its job and it does it well, so who's gonna complain? Not me, I guess. And now on to one of my very recent builds. I made this, well, I completed this a couple days ago. This is my attempt at a EZ-8 Sherman. So it's, as you can see, it's pretty rough, but it works. So we got, like, yeah, this also has 3 machine guns total, and this is my first build that is using Christmas event items. As you can see, it's using the sparkler as the tip of the barrel for the machine gun at the very top. So this only has 1 rocket launcher, which is standard on all my tanks. I only really use 1 because it serves a purpose just by itself. And yeah, this thing has 3 seats total, being the driver, bow gunner, and the tank commander. And yes, this also can ammo rack like this. It really depends on how long I hold the key, because it can go like ballistic when in terms of like flipping around like this. But yeah, you guys get the idea. Alright, next build. We are finally in this area. So this one, I'm not really counting this as a build yet, obviously. This was previously one of my old torpedo bomber builds, but just today I decided to do a build with a friend. So if I remember right, both of us are doing a TBF Avengers, and I like just started on the nose, so this will be a while. I might post a video on it like when it's finished, but that might be until a few days after recording this one. And yeah, on to the next one. Here is my very cursed F6F Hellcat. I'm pretty sure I'm gonna remake this like in a few days, cause my gosh, it's oof. Basically, all the effort went into the folding wings, and I'll just demonstrate that right now. Oh, and I broke it. Nice. Very nice. Alright, so first of all, we got the cockpit functions. We can go forward and backwards. We can fly, and we only have machine guns. So yeah, this is a very bare bones build. Not even explosives in the wings. That's how bare bones it is still. So yeah, let me just go demonstrate this. It folds perfectly fine. I'm thinking of redesigning the wings so I don't have to see these. I might just put like sort of extenders in the wings. And yeah, this is also somewhat of an old build. by like a few days, which is not really that old. And yeah. Plus it breaks a lot, so that is quite a annoyance. I've barely used this build so far, so I might just redesign it from the ground up. Alright, next build. We have my very large ME262. In case you haven't noticed, my plane builds are like larger than they need to be. I mean, just look at this landing gear. It's like a giraffe. So despite being obese, it flies quite well, and it's basically my fastest aircraft. It's quite stable, in my opinion, and it has 2 bombs, 3 rocket launchers, and a bunch of machine gun blocks. So let me just blow off this wing. Never mind, that was the tail. Alright, so are these the wings? Yes, they are. I'm so smart. Alright, so let's just bail out, because we're gamers. And next up on our build list, we have a tiny little cargo ship. Well, it's not tiny. That was actually the old version of it, but it's still pretty small. So let's go to the water and show this thing off. Alright, so here we go. The cargo ship uses magnets with its crane, and yeah. I'm gonna go, and I'll go drop off my crates over at the shoreline here, because now I can't access this area, unfortunately, which is where I've been role-playing the stuff usually. So, big sad. Okay, I'm gonna go beach myself on the rocks, because you only YOLO once. Lol. I am so funny. Anyways. The only armament on this is 2 rocket launchers and 4 machine guns. Not much. Now I need to remember the controls for this. Alright. So yeah, this comes with 2 crates, helipad, just for whoever wants to land, little radar screen, non-functional of course, and yeah. So let's go show this off. Alright. And extend. Alright, let's just, you know what? Let's just litter. Because we're responsible human beings on this channel, guys. Alright, hang on. Let me lower the crane. We don't litter like that. We litter in a more responsible way. And I just screwed up the entire system. Never mind, it's fixed. I'm so smart. Alright, so let's just get this so it's past there. And boom. We've committed littering. And now for our next task is to run away. Starting now. So yeah, it's pretty lightly armored, but it is fast. It's like one of my fastest ships actually. And yeah. Pretty basic build. Only has like 1 or 2 seats, I think. Alright, so up next we have a different version of my Halftrack. It's the AA version. So it's meant to be like, it's similar to the anti-aircraft mount that you would see on the Verbal Vind. And I think I can actually test it on this guy. Forgive me. Oh, he's gonna be mad. Alright. Forward. Like I said, I've only never really said anything yet, but so many noobs. Well, he's mad. Yeah, so there's no suspension. I just used the same exact vehicle, but I tore out the back end and then replaced it with the anti-aircraft stuff. So yeah, it's pretty basic still, if anything. Let me see if I can like try and hunt down this aircraft right here. He's firing at nothing. And I missed. Wait, is that a vehicle? Okay, we can actually have some combat here. No idea what that's meant to be. Okay, this might be a kill. Nice. That's a kill. Alright, we got like a French AC-130. Suppressing fire. And I give up. So, this has, as you can see... I can't math. Okay, it's 10. It's 10. There. We do a little trolling. We do a little trolling. Okay. So yeah, it has like 10 machine gun blocks. So, yeah. And now, up next is my very old Katyusha truck. Oh yeah, I forgot. So I actually saved my old anti-aircraft build on this. And I'm gonna rebuild the Katyusha truck anyways. So yeah, there's not really any point to showing it. Oh, hold up. Oh shoot. Alright, we got a battle going on. We're gonna use the power of epic speed and the power of friendship. But gamers don't have friends, so that immediately cancels out everything. Okay, I knocked out a turret. We're looking good. Just continue spraying him, like, completely. Just hope that he misses all his shots. And let's flank. We got some Tokyo Drift action, of course. Can't forget that. Yeah, I think we won. Alright, let's just knock out his wheels just in case. You gotta get that XP that doesn't even exist in this game, you know? It's all about the XP. Okay, this has to be counted as a kill. Okay then. I got randomly blacklisted. That's a good sign. And up next we have my A6M0, but plot twist, it's actually the Seaplane version. And it's actually referred to as a roof. At least that's its the reporting name by the Allies, if I remember right. Double check with me on that, I guess. You just check it yourselves. But yeah, something like that. Has the same exact armament as Zero, has all the same functions. Okay, I don't know who he's talking about anymore. Because I know I shot him down, I think, but I don't know anymore. But yeah, this can land on water. And I have an anchor block, just so I don't have to deal with, like, the Zero moving around constantly. And it can also take off, of course. Because it would be a seaplane without being able to, like, take off and stuff. Although it can be a struggle, it feels like I'm about to crash every time. But it works. Alright, so up next, we have my Panther! Yeah! So this is actually a redesign from my original build, because my original Panther tank, basically, the transmission broke, I guess you can say, where it would like, it was like this, it would be like this or this wheel, somewhere one of the middle ones, it would just never stop shaking, and it just messed up the entire thing. So I just decided to redo the entire tank, and I made it larger and wider with more wheels. So it turned out good in the end. So as usual, only... Oh. Hold up, let's see if I can use my armor patrol skills. Okay, these skills are not coming in handy right now. Alright, so yeah, as usual, only one rocket launcher, and we have 2 machine gun blocks. Just 2. And also, as usual, ammo rack. So the ammo rack, for some reason, it's like the most powerful on this vehicle of all things. But yeah, pretty cool. Alright, up next we have my armored train. This is also an old build. I've had this for a few months. Well, several months now, not just a few. It's one of my early builds at this point. Haven't really bothered to update it because there's nothing really to update, I guess you can say. And yeah. So over here in the third car, it's meant to be a Panther. And I just tried. So main armament, 2 turrets. Secondary armament, also 2 turrets, just anti-aircraft. We have 2 places to control the train, here and here, and also here technically. But I don't really use that for the train. It can be a struggle to get on the rails, as you can see. And this is propelled completely by rockets. Like it so this train essentially just slides on the rails. It doesn't even roll, it just slides. Alright, so let's go around for a bit. Demonstrate the armament. So it's pretty lightly armored, like just 2 turrets of machine gun blocks and also rocket launchers. Like as long as I stay on the move, then it can be somewhat of a force to be reckoned with, but even then it's barely. Alright. And let's go drop off the Panther over here. Put down the ramp. And forward, driver. If I can even remember how to do this. Oh. I legit can't remember. Oh, never mind. Found it. Let's exit the train. And then just leave. And then we run. So this only has 1 seat. It's a very basic build. Like, more basic than my other stuff. So it doesn't have wheels at all. It just slides on the ground. And the only thing it has for armament is the rocket launcher. So yeah. I can also just control this remotely, so it can act like a weird drone. But it's not too effective. It's more of a roleplay aspect than anything. But it looks alright, so eh. Okay, so next build is my super Pershing. Yeah. This is a somewhat recent build. Sorry. Alright, so this has 4 seats, bow gunner, driver, and just 2 people in the turret. This can also ammo rack, and in reality, and just in general, it's kind of cursed in terms of its vehicle dimensions. Like, this is meant to be a medium tank. Okay then, I'm being shot by the weird AC-130 thing. Nice. But yeah, this can ammo rack. Well, this is yeah, I said it's a super Pershing, never mind. I'm just repeating myself. But yeah, not too much detail to this one, but yeah, it works. Also, ammo rack. Haha. Alright, next build. Oh boy. So, I told you guys that I was gonna show you the finished product. And well, here it is. Here is my SU-57. Very laggy, might I add. So I was actually thinking of removing the motor lock for these wings, because it was just causing so much lag. I'll just replace them with regular wing panels. So my computer can actually handle it. Like, I don't want to be dogfighting in a 10 frames per second beast like this. It looks really cool, but it just sacrifices so much performance. I just can't really use it effectively. So yeah, I got some bombs. I got 4 of them. Oh yeah, I still need to, there we go. And for some reason, when I try and go faster, it just won't, like, want to stay stable. So I'm just forced to stay at low speeds. Not really what you want to do in a fighter jet, but yeah. So let's see if we can, like, get any combat footage at all with this thing. That'd be interesting. But yeah, it can go quite fast if it wants to. It's just up to how it feels like at this point. Let's see if we can attack someone. Move into position. Alright, wait for it, wait for it, wait for it. Ah! Yeah, this is a struggle. Sorry guys, but yeah. Alright. Well, now's a good time to show off the cockpit. So we got this, and I also made it so the canopy can just fly off. So it makes for easy ejecting. Like that. So yeah, I'm also probably gonna update this one at some point. Like remove basically this area of the wings, and also this outline, and then I'm just gonna replace it all with wing panels. So it's gonna like cut the wing area in half, and that'll really decrease the lag, I hope. So yeah, on to the heavy bomber, which I mentioned earlier. It's pretty standard. Like I said, it's basically a flying whale. And so all the controls are basically the same, except now the bomber is now mouse controlled. This is one of my older builds, if I remember right. Okay, that A10 is... okay. I think the elevators were a bit too large, if I remember right. Alright, so let's lower this landing gear, fix the wingtips, and let's go bomb the airfield, shall we? I still don't know why I'm lagging though. Alright, so we have about 20 bombs in the hangar bay, or not the hangar bay, the bomb bay, and let's drop. So it can cause some damage, but overall it's more just a roleplay weapon than anything. But the machine guns I can somewhat use because I have a crosshair mounted on the top turret, so I can actually aim kind of effectively, and it's pretty fun using it. It's like those it's like War Thunder, just other bomber defense games. Pretty fun. Up next we have my Battleship. So I actually used the same hull as the Akagi, as it was the older one. And yeah, I just built on top of that. So I just removed the flight deck, added some more stuff to it, and ended up with this. So I grabbed elements from basically 3 different ships. I grabbed the bridge, of course, from the Iowa class, or I guess even the North Carolina class, if anything. I thought, if I remember right, okay then, this guy. Haven't even spawned in yet. Am I shredding him yet? Okay, I don't know what's happening. So, I grabbed element. Dang it, bro. Yeah, I grabbed the, I tried to get inspiration from the Yamato for the, smokestack, and for the top of the turrets, which are painted red, I got that from the Arizona. Also, I have a seaplane. Hey. That's actually a recent addition, which I'm very proud of. Cute little seaplane. It works, but it's lightly armored, just like the Zero, but smaller and kind of worse, if anything. Also, this is a freaking pain to try and set up because you have to just, yeah. Plus, it's very laggy, which is why I use the Akagi a lot more. Oh, it's the A-10 attacking me. Alright, let's show off my, my anti-aircraft prowess, I guess. By the way, before my ship just completely dies, there is an interior to these turrets. So they're hollowed out, like not into the ground, but not into the ship, but yeah, the turrets have a interior. Plus, the seaplane is functional along with the cranes. So the cranes use the same function. Well, they use the same system like my cargo ship, which is where I got the idea from. Jeez. All right. And yeah, it's a float plane. All right. Where's my stuff? Why did I have to get stuck in that? Well, alright, let's just fire away. My lag is just too much. I can't even hit this guy. It's so bad. Alright. But yeah. It has the same lifeboats. What else does it have? Like I said, same hull, so same insides as well. And that's essentially it. Alright, so before I just die inside even more, let's go on to a less laggy build. And that is my new SBD Dallas. So I actually just made this yesterday at the time of recording this, and it's one of my favorite builds already. It's my first like functional, besides the SU-57, it's my first functional motor lock bomb. And I'm also using several new techniques like more effective motor locking, unlike my 57, which I use way too much of, and also just having things like tilted wings that fold properly. So I motor lock things like the machine guns and also just the wings in multiple areas. And I think in my opinion, it turned out pretty well. So yeah, it was worth it. And I managed to make it in just a few hours, which is even cooler. So let's see if we can finally attack this guy here. That's a weird turret if I've seen one. Also, the rear gunner seat basically isn't functional at all. The back machine gun doesn't even work. It's just there for show. Because everything is focused on the offensive armament. Alright. This guy's pretty laggy. So I probably could have gotten the kill if I was using rocket launchers, if anything. So I might go grab my ME-262 later. Alright, let's go retreat and... Oh, actually, almost forgot. This is destructible! Yeah, I put the usual fix-ins, as in destroyable parts of the plane. And yeah. Now, on to the next part. Oh yeah, here's my 109. Alright, this might be the last part of... Okay, I can actually rush through this. Sweet. So, this is my BF-109 plus hangar. Quick tour of the hangar. It's actually pretty empty. We have lights. We have opening doors. Ignore the smoke. That's just part of my roleplay stuff. We have fake bombs. We have a toolbox. We got a grill. We got bunk bed. And we have random supplies. And flag. So, I just revamped my 109 a couple days ago, actually. I redid, like, the nose and the tail, most notably. And, yeah. It looks a lot better than before, trust me. And, it's around the same performance, although it might be a bit too unstable with the elevators in the rear. But, yeah. Pretty cool. I have like 6 machine gun blocks in total as armament, and also 1 rocket launcher, I think. 1 or 2. Alright, let's just go in for another swoop. And I missed. Alright, on to the next one. We have my little dinky AT gun. This is, as you can see, this is just peak performance here. This will work against Robo Godzilla anytime, any day. Ready, guys? Boom. Peak destruction right there. You can't even compete with that. I feel bad for Godzilla. Just look at him. He just got freaking hit with an anti-tank gun. And it's like, boom. That is a really impressive build, though, not gonna lie. Like, just look at it. Alright, but anyways. Boom. Oh, I hit his arm. Keep going. He missed. That was my chance. Take it out. Take it all out. I'm still unharmed. Oh frick, I almost got hit. Okay, I'm being like bombed from every side. Oh, I just got another critical hit. Oh my gosh. Yo. Yo. Oh, there's a missile right there. I should be so scared right now. Okay. Another shot. Boom. Okay, I'm calling that a kill. Yeah, it's a very basic build. Like, not even like an opening hatch for the gun. It's just minimalist or simplistic. Either or, I guess. Alright. Fire. That's the most damage I've done to this guy, like, ever. Got him. No. Yes. Alright, so that is everything. Hold up, who's talking? Is that... Yeah, it's this guy. So yeah, that's everything, guys. Finally showed off all the builds. Well, if you enjoyed this and the previous video, then like and sub, and I'll see you on the next one. Bye. Hold up.